Hello, we're back from probably the same day, which was an introduction, if you will, in my office. As you know, when I'm called from various spots in Europe, I spent a lot of time. I'm not a ghost hunter, I just have a way of convincing them, to leave a place, but I have to offer them somewhere else to go. Sort of like a ghost travel agent, if you will. They're quite confused, and most of the time, if there is more than one of them, well, they acquire some sort of, I call it self awareness. But it's just enough to get them out of some foggy delirium that, where am I? Am I dead or alive? Am I just going to keep doing what I used to do? You see them on battlefields, that kind of denial. Like, there's nothing more like death denial than just standing there breathing or being scared or whatever, but all of a sudden, blank, and then you're joining a few other people that you know, maybe, but they'll go to a building and stay there. They don't know any better, and they're just, time is irrelevant to them. They can do that for hundreds of years of confusion. But every once in a while, one of them gets what I call self aware. Something clicks that they like. It's like coming out of a coma or a bed or a dream. But they're the ones who start getting funny with you. They kind of realize they are dead because they see things are, hey, things aren't the same, but come to think of it, I'm not breathing, or it's just this different dimension they're not supposed to be in anyway. The dimension is the travel agency part of mine. I don't know how. I've been given some gift, I guess. I can channel and what have you, but nevertheless, I don't really believe in that either. It's sort of helping these people, but see what part of my way to earn a living doing this is to I identify the spirits, and then we do like that ancestry thing, but can't do any DNA. But you can go back in records who came and went there. Usually, it's the owners of the place, and they're usually following a religious persuasion that they're real. I don't know. They're hard workers, and they live to work, and death is just not a part of their identity of any kind. So when they do die, the habit part and the delirium part is that they'll never leave that house they paid their mortgage off on and worked so hard for. I'm not going to be, I work with a few people that follow that faith. It's sort of like an Amish idea, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's good, clean, and pure if that's what you trust and obey with. But man, I'll tell you, cheap. That's a reason for ghosts sometimes, but most of the time it's out of some kind of a trauma. Now, I was passing by this place called the Elephant Hotel, and my God, every time I ever did pass by before it, I always got a chill down my spine. So I got out of my car the other day and just took walk up. Didn't even get on the property. Identified six in there, and one is more self-aware than the others. They rely on his idea of what's going on, so they trust that there's power there, even energy, so to speak. Well, there was a lot of energy because I felt like I put my hand in an electrical socket when I even got even 50 feet of the place, and I'm still walking on the road. There's no sidewalk or anything. Man, I'm figuring I'd love to go further, and we'll at the time we'll film this so you all can see. But that's what I do. See, now the loved ones, getting back to the ancestry thing, we go through records. If they want to pay for this whole thing, meaning this is who they are, and if they had anything to tell them, which they never do because there's nothing to tell. They've been in a fog. They do not know. There's no afterlife thing there for them. They don't get joy. They don't see nothing but, I don't know, like a foggy day in a place that they can just not even live in, associate in. But that's why I give them somewhere else to go. Sometimes it could be a piece of furniture. They can all live in that furniture. You'd be surprised what they are satisfied with. It's not a space like real estate or because I'm a cruise director for the dead, it's going to be a stateside love boat thing. But if that's what they want, I can create that. My son Jackson helps me with the technology. They will look on your computer and just imagine themselves. They're really, because they're in the fog all the time. They just go into your computer. They could live there. That could be their heaven if they wanted. But we don't tell them that after we make them self-aware, right away they go where they're supposed to go, if that's the case. God don't make any mistakes. Perhaps it's for us all to learn a lesson from these poor things. You know, kind of know, who God is, or more importantly, who Jesus is. Then when you're in a state of suddenly I'm dead, and you're stressed about it, and you can't. Maybe there is a logical impulse to jump off something, but He always knows where you are. He's always with you anyway. And you're the bird in the cage that has the door open. You've just been there so long, you're afraid to fly out. I don't trust it. No, you don't. You don't trust in the Lord. It's not even trusting yourself, but it's a different way of thinking, especially if you're dead. So all I do is tell them about that. I tell them about it. Say heaven or hell, you're gone. You don't have a choice now. You know you're dead. And you're aware of it. Just like the guy you used to rely on for instruction every time. I believe you did some little tricks in there when it was a business. And it went out of business, but not because of you guys. I'll let you know that right now. But nevertheless, that's where you hang out. But you can hang out. You know what? Why don't you just hang out in the tree next door? You can put you right there in the tree. That'd be great. What do you care? All right, is it settled then? See, they're watching this right now too. So it's all settled. So when I come over there, and what would you want something from me? Well, thank you. I don't know what I can offer you. My watch. What do all 6 of you need with a watch? There's no time where you are. No, they wanted it's a memento of our meeting and a thank you. Wow. Yeah, but how's that good for me? No, you're showing your gratitude because every other human they just wanted to tease and scare. Well, thank you. Thank you, because I would get mad, and I do get scared. I don't know why. I don't know. Jackson could even tell you about me getting scared one time at another place. Man, I got scared. Mm-hmm. I really got scared, and I wasn't even looking for anything. I was just touring a piece of real estate, and out of the one barn, it's like, ooh. I was ready to channel into Ronald Reagan, say, well, you don't scare me. Not by a long shot, Skippy. But I just wanted to touch base, do a brief blog, and I just wanted you to know that the trend where the Lake Nakamixon, it's Lake Nakamixon's ghosts all around the area. And if you have a few minutes, because it is Lake Nakamixon news, like I said, with all these, what they're really called vlogs, but I prefer to call blog because I do a lot of commentary. It's like, my thing. But I do like reading the paper. It amazes me, especially with the public schools. Now, I know things get through the cracks, but I know for a while there are some schools where, because of a teacher's, contract or whatever, they were like hiding, like moving a bad priest to a different place, here parish. Now you're moving bad teachers around. I don't think this is the case, because this guy looks like he's fresh out of college. Maybe that's why they didn't have too much on him. I swear when I was reading this bad behavior that he did, here it is. I swear he'd make a great Supreme Court justice, wouldn't he? But unfortunately, I don't know. Somebody blew the whistleblower. He would have made a good Republican judge for us. Let me read this for you. Teacher charged with taking upskirt photos of female students. What? This is during the school day. This is during the school day. I'm not going to name any names here because it's a pending case and everything. Maybe they'll hire that law firm I recommended before. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. They can take care of them too. I don't know what they specialize in, though. I should check into that. But nevertheless, this school teacher here, a former Palisades, that's the school district, they're not unique. Penn Ridge had an issue before where I was watching someone's vlog or whatever. No, the area news. But they're taking him out in handcuffs from the school, and I'm thinking, wow, what a something for students to even know about or even watch. It's incredible, but it should send a message. My goodness, but evidently it doesn't, because this still goes on. blatantly, and this guy was blatant about everything too. The complaint stemmed from an incident October 1st, according to the arrest affidavit, etc. A female student at the high school received messages from a classmate who said he had videotaped this person holding a tablet computer beneath the desk as he faced the girl, apparently taking photos up her skirt. Well, apparently they must have looked into that, and that must be true. But like this is pending. You are innocent before proven guilty. But on top of it all, when they did look at the confiscated electronics, they did discover pictures of a girl and similar photos with two other girls, and photos of himself exposing himself, and you look at these people, and I'm not judging, I'm not like even somatotyping here, but some people just should wear clothes anyway. Besides all the other nastiness they're trying to do, but really, but this is a case where someone slipped through the cracks, and what kind of personality trait they should be looking for a teacher, I don't know, but this happens too much, and I don't think there really is a true deterrent to this. I'm going to have to ask President Trump about that. I'm not a Trump person, believe me. But you know what? I do agree with 75% of what he's done and what he wants to do and how he would handle something. Because in some cases you are just you are just out of I don't know, some kind of idea of fitting the constraints that were there before, meaning that you've just given a machine gun to a monkey. So don't tease the monkey, back, I should say. So there's a message to Iran. Just please don't do anything stupid right now. You of all people should know what could happen there. And I'm not talking about Kim Jong-il either. He's actually a safety net right now. Isn't that sad? The bar is set that low, Oh, there I go again. I'm going into Reagan again. But anyway, I'm not going to keep all of you. And see, that's the commentary part of my blog. But I was just shocked to see this. And I was also reading, you probably read this stuff. Yeah, I even heard this a year before. Who goes to Disneyland to grope these people wearing their costumes? And you picture crowds again, like the problem we have here at Lake Nockamixon with the guy that stole that rowboat, that one-armed guy that just ran in circles. And the cops had to see them arrest the guy running the rowboat in circles on a nice picnic day, crowded. We know kids have to see this nonsense. It's very shocking, and I'm just saying we shouldn't be recording everything like that anyway. But out in public, this bad behavior. But that happened there at Disneyland, and these people got groped, and some even got physically hurt. The one girl that wears the Mickey Mouse head, evidently it's heavy, but the way she said just this lady came up and started patting her head like really hard, and this thing crashed the armature, I guess, and there was something else up there just hitting the girl's head and neck. So she had some neck problems because of it. But and I heard 2 years ago too of the complaints of the people that work there, that Disneyland will really make it hard for you to complain about anything because they know what happens and they can't, because the average person that gets in there has some kind of a problem. And when you deal with some kind of a problem in public, people see how you handle it, and it just exaggerates everything. It's not a happy place anymore, And then they got the worst part of it is that Cinderella got like groped in front of everyone too, whatever she was, or was it one of the seven dwarfs? What's her name? Snow White got she was sexually assaulted, where the police actually did come. It was terrible. Terrible. Who gives them the right to even touch them? They're only there for the kids. They're only there for the kids. And there you go. They ruin it for all those kids who saw that. So I'm just saying, even at Disneyland, but you don't expect it at your public schools. And the guy's been doing it for a while. And really, look how easy it was for him to be caught, But it probably went on and probably reported, well, his union, well, that's unfair too, to the union. That's unfair too. But people who vote for Trump and people like myself who don't know any better will say, Trump wouldn't stand for that. He'll stamp that union right out. And you'll be making $10 an hour too. But that's another story. Great. Yeah. Back in 72 it was, yeah. But I'm going to sign off right now and have a great day. Bye-bye now.